So, North Korea has been testing a lot of missiles lately, each launch seemingly more provocative than the last. But the real bombshell in all their recent propaganda, it isn't a weapon at all. It's a person. And her presence might just change everything we think we know about the future of that regime. Okay, so this is the real head scratcher. In photo after photo released by North Korean state media, we're seeing Kim Jong-un's young daughter, right there, watching some of the world's most dangerous weapons get tested. I mean, you gotta ask yourself, why is a kid at a nuclear missile test? This is not take your daughter to work day. No, there is something much, much bigger going on here. So, this is Kim Ju-ae, and let me tell you, her popping up like this is probably one of the most calculated moves we've seen from the regime in years. This isn't just some random family photo. It's a meticulously crafted message, a signal flare being sent to the world and to the North Korean people themselves. I mean, just look at the photo ops. 1 minute, she's at the launch of a massive Hwasong intercontinental ballistic missile. The next, she's walking through a weapons plant, just casually surrounded by tactical missiles. She's even on the deck of a brand new destroyer while it's test-firing strategic cruise missiles. You see the pattern here? They are deliberately placing her right at the heart of their most critical and, frankly, most threatening military activities. Okay, so why is this such a big deal? Well, it's because her role is so much more than just being the leader's daughter. She's being turned into this incredibly powerful symbol, one that's meant to completely redefine North Korea's identity for generations to come. She's become a living, breathing piece of propaganda. What they're doing is, in a way, kind of genius. They're trying to forge this unbreakable link between two huge ideas in people's minds: the future, their children, and the nation's nuclear arsenal. The message is all about permanence. These weapons are here to protect the next generation of the Paek-2 bloodline, the sacred Kim family, making sure the dynasty and its nukes are tied together forever. So if you break it down, it looks like her job here is threefold. First, she makes the weapons seem, well, legitimate. The story becomes, these aren't for attacking people, they're to protect our children. Second, she's being presented as an authority figure, not just some kid watching from the sidelines. And third, and this is probably the most important part, she's the ultimate symbol of continuity. She is the living proof that the Kim family plans to rule forever. And this is where the state propaganda gets really, really interesting. It's all about the wording. Their state media doesn't say she's observing or attending. The word they use again and again is overseeing. It's a subtle choice, but it's powerful. It's meant to frame her not as a guest, but as part of the command structure itself. All right, so let's switch gears and talk about the actual hardware she's supposedly overseeing. Because, this whole thing isn't just smoke and mirrors. The symbolism is being backed up by some very real and very rapid escalations in their military firepower. Okay, get this. In one single drill, they launched over 10 missiles at the same time. Just think about that for a second. This isn't a test to see if one missile works. This is what you call a saturation drill. It's basically them showing the world they can launch so many missiles at once that enemy defenses just wouldn't stand a chance. And it's not just on land anymore either. They're taking the show to the seas. They've rolled out this brand new 5,000-ton destroyer. That's a huge deal. It gives them a launch pad that can move around, one that's way harder to find and track. It adds a whole new layer to the threat. So this table really lays it all out for us. You can see this two-pronged threat taking shape. On one hand, you've got the sheer brute force, these rocket launchers that can apparently carry tactical nukes and hit anywhere in South Korea. But on the other hand, you've got these more advanced strategic cruise missiles, the ones they're calling unbeatable. It's a mix of overwhelming numbers and what they claim is unbeatable tech. So, the billion-dollar question, right? Why are they doing all of this and why now? Well, it's definitely not random. The timing here is everything. This is all part of a very deliberate, very reactive strategy. It's a classic tit for tat, this dangerous dance of escalation. The US and South Korea hold joint military exercises. Boom, North Korea launches a volley of missiles. Diplomats hold a high-level meeting. Boom, North Korea tests a new naval weapon. For every move they make, North Korea makes a bigger, louder one in response. So, where does all this lead? This whole back and forth, this cycle of provocation, it's pushing the entire region into some seriously dangerous waters. It feels like we're moving past just posturing, This feels different. It feels more volatile. And we don't even have to guess what they're trying to do. Kim Jong-un has been pretty blunt about it.
He's quoted as saying the whole point is to make his enemies feel uneasy and to give them a deep understanding of what his tactical nukes can do. I mean, that's straight up psychological warfare. The tests aren't just for data, they're designed to intimidate.
And what all of this really adds up to is just a much higher chance of a huge mistake. When you have this much military hardware moving around and tensions are this high, the risk of someone miscalculating, of one side reading the other side wrong, it just goes through the roof. And on the Korean Peninsula, a miscalculation isn't a small thing. It could be catastrophic. Which kind of leaves us with one final, pretty chilling thought. By putting his own daughter front and center with these weapons, Kim Jong-un is blurring the line between a threat and a promise. It's like he's saying, these weapons are the birthright of the next generation. The question isn't just if they'd use them anymore, it's for whom they believe they are building them. And honestly, that changes the whole game.